It just reminds us once again, these tactical officers were going room to room, not knowing what danger they were facing. And the fact that they are willing to risk their lives to protect others is just an admirable human being. And we're very grateful for their efforts. And again, the fact that no one was injured in this incident, neither the police nor any of the employees, nor the suspect himself, is again a credit to the skill of the men and women of the Baltimore County Police Department. I do also want to thank the Baltimore City Police and the Maryland State Police for being here to help back us up, as well as the State Highway Administration. And at this time, I will allow Police Chief Jim Johnson to give some details of what occurred, and then we'll be happy to respond to your questions. Thank you.
Just prior to noon today, a subject jumped into an unattended vehicle that was located at York Road and 695. We believe that these were a number of maintenance people, a maintenance van that was left unattended. At that time, the subject then came down south from that location. The investigation so far indicates that the subject exited his vehicle, went to the front door of the news station, attempted to violently enter the structure. Apparently it was an access control door. The security guard denied the access. The subject returned to his vehicle, then used that vehicle to crash in through the front storm door area and well into the structure. If you're familiar with the building, we understand the van is embedded up around the stairwell itself. At that time, the suspect became engaged with a security guard. We understand that there was some contact at that point in time. The subject then fled throughout the building, eventually making his way to the second floor, at which time the majority of the occupants, the workers, the employee of the news station exited the structure. I understand it was a very orderly, controlled exit from the location, which certainly is admirable given the circumstances. The individual was ranting and raving incoherent statements. It was clear from the very beginning we were dealing with a mentally or emotionally disturbed subject. He also had in his possession, and or we believe in his control, a bag or satchel of some kind, along with sheaths of machetes that were left inside the structure. We believe at this point in time that they belong to the workers that possessed the van. So all this created a situation where we needed to go low and slow. And as the county executive had stated, this man, this 29-year-old black male, about 5'10", was watching different channels, watching you report this story as this incident unfolded. After a period of time, we were able to get our tactical team in a position, a place to isolate him in this rather large structure. I don't know quite what it is feet-wise, but it looks every bit of 12,000 to me. At that point, with multiple floors, we did have one employee actually in the basement. We felt as though he was in a safe location. We did not attempt to extract him from the structure to endanger him or the officers that attempted to do so. In fact, he became a benefit as the afternoon went on, feeding us information. The subject was then located using technology on the second floor of the building, at which time we closed in further, isolated him, and you may have heard we used other technology to alert him and breach the door of the structure that he had barricaded himself in. And at this time, I'm going to say the arrest was without incident. I understand we had to use a canine dog as well. No officers injured. The subject's in custody, and he'll be taken for further evaluation and eventually criminal charges.
Did he have a new weapon on him at all, Chief?
Okay, I'm going to stop at this point, and then we'll take questions in a moment.
Let me just clarify. First of all, I forgot to introduce people here. Police Chief Jim Johnson, Colonel Pete Evans, and I'm County Executive Kevin Kamenetz. I also want to compliment the employees at WMAR who quickly, except for that one employee, the employees were able to quickly evacuate in an orderly fashion. And I also wish to compliment St. Pius School, which also quickly went into a lockdown mode and then evacuated all of the children safely. Both sets of employees handled the situation superbly, and we do appreciate the manner in which they did that. Do you have anything else to add, Chief? Colonel? Okay. Why don't we go ahead first question?
Do you have a name?
I'm sorry. Was he armed in any way, Chief?
At the time of the takedown, we understand he had a golf club, which he may have acquired somewhere in the structure. We don't know yet. We, of course, entered this situation as an active shooter. That's why the officers entered instantly. Again, we have these sheaths for the machetes, if you will. But we have no information at this moment in time. We tried to get this to you as quickly as possible, that he actually had a weapon other than, which is a weapon, a golf club.
Was it an iron or wood?
I do not know, sir.
Tell us what room he was in, Chief.
Okay, I'm gonna take another question. Good.
What room was he in? It was on the second floor. Was he in a studio or an edit bay?
I understand it was the second floor in an editing room.
Do you have a name of the suspect? Do you have any motive?
We have no name for the subject. We have no motive at this point in time.
How did he obtain the vehicle? Do we know that?
It was an unattended vehicle located at York Road and 695 with workers doing their job around the vehicle.
And the keys were in the vehicle?
I do not know yet. There were working tools in the truck that could be used as weapons. We have no information that firearms were involved in this incident.
You said the security guard at the beginning engaged in some way with this person. Was that security guard male or female, and what kind of engagement was that?
We understand that there was contact and engagement. We do not know at this moment in time the extent of that contact. We do not know whether or not it was a male or female.
Chief, do you know?
Let me go to Jamie here.
Chief, did he know it was a TV station he was attacking?
Jamie, I don't think at this time we haven't had an opportunity to sit with him and discuss what led him to your particular location.
How'd you know he was watching TV?
We could view him watching TV.
What technology is it?
Cameras?
We could view him watching TV.
Is he responsible for anything else throughout the day? An accident? Or anything?
No, that's an unrelated incident that came out during this time period. We believe that is the incident, the theft of the vehicle, that he's responsible for.
Sir, how do you know he's 29 years old and we don't know his name?
We have an estimate of his age and his physical description given to us by the several that saw him take the vehicle. And I want to again reinforce that the subject didn't leave this TV station location throughout the incident. There was no danger to the greater community. We had both officers inside the structure within minutes, an inner perimeter, an outer perimeter, and quite a sealed off area. There was no danger to the surrounding community.
What did the dog have to do?
I can take a question over here.
Did he make any particular demands, specific demands?
No, again, it's very clear that the subject is suffering from emotional and mental health issues. That's very clear.
Do you have any knowledge that he had communication with anyone outside the building? Do you have a cell phone on him or anything like that?
We have no information to believe he was communicating with other individuals.
There was no chance that you negotiated with him. You didn't have conversations with him.
We always tactfully attempt, when we can, to discuss, to talk, and progressively move through this circumstance. Yes, ma'am.
What did the dog have to do?
The canine dogs are always a part of our tool bag, and when we think there's an appropriate place or use for them, we will.
But did he actually go in and help you arrest
The dogs accompany, we use other technology and tools as well. Again, you may have heard some of the devices we use today. I'm not going to discuss that, but it came to a closure. Yes, ma'am?
When will York Road
As soon as you finish asking us questions.
Any?
the people can return to the building?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's going to be up to, first of all, the crime scene investigators, the officials from Channel 2 News, but I believe in short order that will happen.
And the school can function tomorrow as normal?
Yes.
Do you have any idea at this time whether the suspect suspect moving about the building after the crash through, or if he just made it up to that second floor and kind of stayed there?
I think further investigation is going to establish his movements in the structure, but I believe, based on our information, that he almost immediately went from that ground floor around the stairwell up to the second floor.
Chief, based on what you know about what our security guard did and other employees at ABC2 News, what do you have to say to that, how they handled this situation?
First of all, I'm going to let the county executive speak as well, but I commend the employees, the officials of Channel 2 News. Certainly they acted professionally and bravely under some very difficult circumstances. Certainly the work of the security officer at this moment in time we believe is commendable.
Chief, have you ever experienced anything like this before? Have you ever seen an incident like this before? As your
I think the structure is unique, but certainly the incident itself, the invasion of a structure, is not unheard of. But again, a TV station, it's certainly in an area like this where it's affected, obviously, transportation, traffic, commerce in the community, and the lives of our great citizens. That's very significant.
Chief, do you know? You've already answered this, but did you see what was in the bag?
First of all, we're trying to verify that he had a bag, a satchel, a book bag of some kind. At this moment, while I'm talking to you, we don't know what was inside that carry.
Now, was that satchel his, or was that satchel belong to the person whose truck is?
We don't know. Again, we are looking at every step process in this case, but we thought it was important to get the news to you as quickly as we could.
Chief, just to be clear, did you think there were machetes in there, or there were sheaves for the machetes in the truck, so officers were worried, or were there machetes at all?
I think it would be foolish and irresponsible to not assume that the individual possessed, weapons of any kind when you enter a structure like this. It's very slow, very methodical, and of course the end result is to save lives and prevent injury, which was accomplished here today.
Chief, do you have any idea at this point if this individual set out to take the truck for the purpose of going to the TV station, or was this just a stop here, random target?
Well, Jane, we're obviously going to look into that, why this particular location. Obviously, it's not easy to find for some people, but we do not know at this point in time.
Why is it so clear that he had emotional and mental issues? You say it was very clear.
I only will say, without going into any further depth, the communication, the reaction, his words, his responses, from the comments made by the employees of Channel 2 to the interaction our detectives had with them via negotiation process.
All right, well, thank you very much. The bottom line is police did their job and everyone is safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you heard it. County Executive Kevin Kamenetz, along with the news